this is just going to get worse. It's not going to get better. Can't have any friendships with a female that's not me. I don't know if I'm going to get backlash for asking this, but here are some must-have qualities to look for in a good woman that actually people often forget about. Now, this is by no means an exhaustive list, but I want to focus more on some of the less popular ideas of what makes a good woman. Independence. Well, Beyonce, not that kind of independent woman. I'm talking about a woman who maintains her individuality and has her own interests, her own goals, her own hobbies. Healthy relationships involve two individuals with their own lives. You want a woman who chooses to be with you, who wants to be with you, instead of feeling like she's clinging on to you for dear life because she needs you and she needs to be involved in every inch of your life. Number two, a great sense of humor, because guys, this is what is going to age well. A good sense of humor. Things might droop and sag and we might get gray, but if you find a queen with a good sense of humor and can make you laugh, that is literally priceless. Because, you know, when life gets serious and life gets hard and painful, because it will, you want someone who can still make you laugh amongst those really difficult times. Even in the times that are awkward. I cannot tell you how much more fun it is to do life with someone that you can still crack jokes when life is messy. Laughter is the closest distance between two people. And in lasting relationships, you know, the ones that will stand the test of time, laughter and a sense of humor is one of the most important ingredients. When you're old and wrinkly, you're going to be so thankful that you found a queen who can be a joker too. She will keep you young. I'd also argue that people don't have to have the exact same sense of humor, because it can actually open up your partner to different flavors of comedic genius. Equally, I do think it's important that you guys can laugh at similar things. Hey, just as long as you find her funny and she will laugh at your jokes, that's like a match made in heaven. If you can't share funny memes with the person that you're with, then what are you even doing? That sounds like such a sad life. Number three, graciousness. Graciousness is a really highly underrated quality in a woman. My dad actually always told me, like always, how important it was for a female to be gracious. But if we're actually being honest, a lot of us don't know what being gracious actually means or what it looks like. I got you though. In the Hebrew, gracious actually means to bend or to stoop in kindness to an inferior. It also points to being compassionate and merciful. A gracious person is a graceful person. Someone who at least attempts not to intentionally hurt other people's feelings with what they say and how they act. So you really don't want to look for a woman who's clumsy with her words or thoughtless in her deeds. To live in grace is actually to walk lightly and to leave the world a better place. You want to find a woman who actually adds to your life, who brings something good to your life. When you guys are at the end of your life, you want to look back and think, wow, she made my life so much better for just being in it. That's being gracious. If you want to find a woman who is gracious, and ladies, if you want to learn to be more gracious, be more tenderhearted. Find a woman who is ready to always forgive others, even when it's not easy. She will also look for any kind of excuse to be kind and benevolent. Stop what you guys are doing right now. I want you to go down in the comments and write a rare quality that you look for in a woman. Or ladies, I love you to tell me a quirky or unique way that you love to come across to a guy. For example, from me, I like to say something really shocking or really hilarious to see if I can get drink to come out of his nose. Number four, quick to forgive. Find a woman who is quick to say sorry and even quicker to forgive. We've just learned that is a form of being gracious, but this definitely deserves its own points. A woman who intentionally forgives even when it's really hard, instead of holding on to grudges and like constantly bringing up the past, that kind of woman is gold. I have known women, and I'm sure a lot of my male friends can amen this, who have been wronged by people and they never get over it, like never. And they would actually rather stew and sit in their own unforgiveness, which I don't think they really realize actually ends up poisoning themselves. Ironically, they don't want to choose to forgive because they actually want to make the other person who hurt them pay for what they did. That's not quite how forgiveness works. Forgiveness is never the easy route, whether you're a man or a woman. Never the easy route. Trust me. Even when I have been profoundly hurt, abused, and violated, forgiveness becomes a journey that is quite frankly a choice. You have to choose to forgive that person. And this journey of forgiveness can take years, let me tell you, but it starts with an intentional step. I've been there and I know how hard it is to forgive people even when they don't know that they've wronged you or they don't admit it or you don't get the closure that you so desperately need. Guess what? And I really want everyone to hear this is you don't need closure in order to forgive someone. You don't need them to admit that they were wrong in order to forgive someone. Forgiveness is a choice, no matter what has been done to you. And I know that some of us have been through some terribly traumatic situations, but forgiveness is always the only option. There's a saying in the Christian community that We forgive much because we have been forgiven much. Like, we don't have a right to not forgive someone because we have been already forgiven so much. The next must-have quality in a woman is that she respects herself and she respects others. People underestimate this in a woman a lot, but I think it is a massive, massive green flag and actually goes like hand in hand with a person with integrity and morals. In today's society and culture, everything has a price. Everything is for sale. Everything. Like things that would make your grandma blush, you can get it in an instant online now. Wouldn't you want the woman that you choose to teach your kids to have self-respect, to have integrity, to have morals? She is grounded in who she is. She has value in who she is. And she also has respect for herself. No shade, but in today's world, you can make a buck by doing anything. Serious question, okay? I'd actually love to know your thoughts. Would you be okay with your woman doing online adult content? Like, I am fascinated by people's thoughts and opinions, both for that and against that. Also, equally, respecting other people is a must-have quality in a woman, because no matter how much we can disagree with people, their views, their opinions, their morals, whatever it is, we are all people. We're all humans. And therefore, everyone deserves respect. I'm sure that you and I probably will not agree on a lot, and that's okay. Like, just because we don't agree on how I choose to live my life, or maybe how you choose to live yours, does not mean that I can't have respect and love and compassion for you. And I think people oftentimes forget that. We all have to agree on the same thing as a prerequisite for me giving respect to you. And that's just not how it works. Find you a woman who respects the people around her, even when she doesn't agree with them. The next must-have quality in a woman. Okay, are you ready? She's not the jealous type. I think I can do a whole video on females and jealousy, and maybe I will one day. We don't have all day here, so let me just give you the bridge notes. If your girl is prone to being jealous or threatened by other females in the room simply just by breathing the same oxygen, then she's gotta go, bro. Send her back to the streets. If she's always throwing some outlandish accusations like,
Marvin, I saw you looking at that girl who walked past our table just now.
I don't know why she's Southern, but okay. When in the reality that we're all living in, the woman that she just accused you of looking at is simply the waitress going to get your drinks. Like, I would lovingly tell you, this is just going to get worse. It's not going to get better. It's not going to get better ever. A good woman will never make you unnecessarily cut out female relationships that you have in your life. They will also not feel unnecessarily threatened by another woman who is not showing you any disrespect. Let's have some common sense, people, please. Having been on the receiving end of this many times by just being in the same room as another girl's man, respectful friendships with people of the opposite gender are a thing, and I think are extremely healthy. If there are questions and concerns about a relationship in your life, it's okay to air them out and talk about it. It's okay to say, hey babe, I feel a little threatened by her, and this is why. It triggers me because this is what happened to me, or this is what I've seen. Just talk about it. Put her mind at ease and also allow her to express why she feels the way that she does. There is a very mature way to handle this than,
oh my gosh, you cannot have any female friends ever. Absolutely not. You can't even look at another girl again.
Jealousy is never a justifiable reason for extreme behavior. Just because your girl is jealous of a female friendship you've had since you were 5 years old, as long as there are no grounds for her to feel like threatened, like there is respect there, then a part of having an adult healthy relationship is actually having a variety of friendships. Because actually, if you look back, having both female and male friends when you were younger actually taught you how to treat the opposite gender. I know for me, I used to have a lot of guy friends, and it's really helped me understand how they work, with how they think and how to treat them. I just don't see, if there is respect on both ends, there to be any grounds for a girl to say you can't have any friendships with a female that's not me. I think that's unhealthy, and it's definitely not a quality you should look for in a woman. In fact, I think it's a blaringly obvious red flag. This by no means has been an exhaustive list. Like, there are many traits that I think are important in a woman, but I wanted to highlight some of the less obvious ones, or some of the ones that are less talked about. If you'd like to learn about red flags that you should absolutely, definitely 1,000,000% avoid when you are single and looking, or maybe already in a relationship, then make sure you click on this next video.
I wonder, where are you? Don't hide away from me.